Live on YouTube, live on the Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I'm Alexander, you are you. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Today is it Tears Day? Yeah, Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 31-page document to go through today, so about medium now, I guess, upper medium. Anyway, let's start us off in the year 388. Battle at Aquileia. Emperor Theodosius defeated Emperor Magnus Maximus. 484, Pope Felix III excommunicated Patriarch Achaeus of Constantinople for his support of the Henotychion and his support of the removal of Patriarch John Talia, leading to the Akkadian Schism. Wow, okay, that would, warrant a excommunication. That sounds pretty significant there. 1754, Pope Stephen II re-anointed Pope Pepin de Corte the Short as King of France. All right. Why was he called the Short? I'm just gonna, really quickly look that up here. Just Pepin the Short. Why was he called the Short? Let's see here. Yada yada yada. Catalan to become king. And being one supposed to yada yada. Assumption of power, first Catalonian king. Well, it has to say something somewhere here, but anyway, I'm gonna throw this in the underbar section. Get this section started really quick. So grab this link right there. This link and all our links we collect throughout the show will appear in the underbar description below after the live stream, as per usual. Roughly about 10 minutes, give or take. Mostly shorter, most times. So we already do have a lot of cool links down there, though, including my limited to all things Omni Coalition, various sources, the music in the background, and a handful of other cool little nifty things, like the origins of the names of the days, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Sun's Day, Moon's Day, Tears' Day, like I said today. Anyway, 1148, Crusaders abandoned their siege of Damascus after only 4 days, leading to the disintegration of the Second Crusade. We covered this not too long ago, 4 days ago, and they said that they would abandon it on the 28th, and that was 4 days ago. So let's see here, moving on to, I guess that was supposed to be 1402 right there. I guess this is 1540. Why am I missing up these things? 1540, Henry VIII of England married his fifth wife, Catherine Howard. We also have Thomas Cromwell was executed after having been condemned untried, using a bill of attainder, which Cromwell had used against his opponents. What's a bill of attainder? I've never heard that word before. So let's check that out here really quick. Bill of attainder. Also known as an Act of Attainder, Writ of Attainder, or Bill of Pains and Penalties, is an act of legislature declaring a person or a group of people guilty of some crime and providing for a punishment, but often without a trial. As with attainder resulting from the normal judicial process, the effect of such a bill is to nullify the targeted person's civil rights, pardon me, most notably the right to own property, and thus pass it on to the heirs, the right to a title of nobility, and in at least the original usage, the right of life itself. So it's an execution sentence, it almost sounds like. Does it not?
I didn't catch all you said.
The effect of such a bill is to nullify the targeted person's civil rights, yada yada yada, and at least in the original usage, the right to life itself.
Okay.
So, maybe not ending it, but throwing them in prison for life? Would that be a life sentence or a death sentence?
That's a good life sentence.
At least, yeah. So, Bill of Attainder. Never heard of that before. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Golden Loon here.
Yeah. Moving on up, what else we got here? 1571, La Laguna Encomienda, known today as the Laguna province in the Philippines, was founded by the Spaniard as one of the oldest Encomiendas provinces in the country. I don't think it's supposed to be Spaniard. I think it's supposed to be Spanish. 1586, English astronomer and mathematician Thomas Harriot introduced potatoes to England on his return from Roanoke Island in modern-day North Carolina. This date is disputed, though, but I do have a picture right there. So,
potatoes. Now, didn't they start in Ireland or something? The first growing?
Well, then why would the first ones in England come from...
Introduces potatoes to England.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about, after they've been introduced. Okay. I don't know. Like, obviously...
I always thought of Ireland as being...
Well, that's because of the potato famine.
Well, maybe that's it.
But that might be creating
Yeah.
What's the word? Not really like a prejudice, but like a presumption.
Yeah, presumption is a better word. So whoever thought it, you dig up this big weird round thing down there. Hey, let's try to eat this.
Well, whoever thought of eating what comes out of a chicken's butt? Oh, hey, let's crack that open, fry it on a rock, and eat it. Am I wrong? Oh, pardon me. Let me use the correct term. Cloaca. That's actually what it's called. 1708, monarch Amanagurkert II, Sunan Mas of Mataram, surrendered to the Vok, the Verenigde Oost Indische Company, the Dutch East India Company. So we know about Vok and all that stuff. 1717, Prussian King Frederick Wilhelm I ordered compulsory education for 5 to 12-year-olds. Okay.
Good.
1741, Danish captain Vitus Bering on a Russian expedition was the first European to sight Mount St. Elias, the second highest mountain in Canada and the U.S. So, I guess that wouldn't be, like, does Mexico have mountains? Like, I presume they do, right? Like,
sure.
Like, there we go. So, do they have a mountain that's taller than this one? Because, well... This is the second highest.
I really don't know what they have. I know that it's mountainous.
Well, this is saying Canada and the U.S., and Mexico is the third country in the North American continent.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, are they excluding Mexico because it has a mountain that's higher than this one?
I don't think so.
So why not say just all of North America? Like, that's, it's just, I'm just being weird, Like, you know me. So. But, this is looks like an AI image. Yeah. For whatever reason, they're pointing that way when the mountain's in front of them, So, and you can see how smooth everything is. It's AI. So. What else we got here? 1741, we got that one. 1778, Constitution of the Province of Cantabria was ratified in Assembly Hall in Barcena La Puente Riosan, Spain. I'm going to look that up here really quick. So. Here in province, there you go, 1778, yeah. So this is all in Spanish. So if anybody wants to try to...
Good luck.
Provincia de Cantabria. I think I spelled that correctly. Let us know, any cool things in it. If you figure anything out about that, that'd be cool. Let us know in the comment section. 1794, French revolutionary figure Maximilien Robespierre and 22 other leaders of the Terror, hence the term the Reign of Terror. So they're the ones who are just beheading people left, right, and center and everything. They themselves were guillotined to thunderous cheers in Paris. No, good old Robespierre. We spoke about that yesterday. He was arrested yesterday or whatever. So, and that's actually how the new what's it called, Napoleon movie starts. It starts with the rather violent and forceful collection of Marie Antoinette, and then her end. So 1794 as well, Josephine de Beauharnais, future empress of the French and first wife of Napoleon Bonaparte, was released from prison 5 days after the execution of her first husband, Alexandre de Beauharnais. So part of all those crazy beheadings and everything. 1800, the Thames River Police was established by an act of British Parliament, replacing the earlier Marine Police that had served from 1798 until this time in 1800 as the world's oldest continuously serving police force. Yeah. 1821, Peru declared independence from Spain. This is their national day. So Jose de San Martin declared the independence of Peru from Spain. All right, see, another Independence Day. Here we go.
Yeah.
July is Independence Month. It's wild. 1828, first theatrical performance of Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein as Presumption, or The Fate of Frankenstein, by Richard Brinsley Peake, starring Thomas Potter Cook and Covent Garden. Okay. 1835, assassination attempt on French King Louis Philippe in Paris, masterminded by Giuseppe Marco Felicini, killed 18 people with a 25-barrel volley gun. The king survived. Holy crap, dude. Yikes. 1847, Denmark phased out slavery. Excellent. Beginning with all newborn children of enslaved women. The parent generation is freed the following year. That's awesome. 1849, Memons was the first clipper to reach San Francisco from New York during the gold rush, arriving after a voyage of 120 days. Cool. 1851, first photograph of a total solar eclipse was captured on a daguerreotype by Johann Julius Friedrich Berkowski at the Royal Observatory in Königsberg, Prussia. All right, there it is right there. That's the first photograph of a total solar eclipse. That's awesome. That is, that's 175 years old.
Yes.
Wow. My brain's exploding here, guys. Like this is epic. You know, like 175-year-old photograph. The world's first picture of a total solar eclipse.
Of an eclipse, oh, that's just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, not the first photograph ever, but I mean,
No, but of an eclipse.
Of an eclipse, yeah. So, 1854, USS Constellation of 1854, the last all-sail warship built by the United States Navy and current museum ship in Baltimore Harbor was commissioned. So this is my vessel right there. So yeah, Constellation. Yep. And believe it or not, that's actually younger than the photograph by 3 years. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
1858 as well, first use of fingerprints as a means of identification was made by Sir William James Herschel of the Indian Civil Service. So we have right there, not only just looks like index and middle fingers, they weren't doing thumbs, but they were doing full palms, which have everything, and even shoe prints for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Not doing feet prints, but shoe prints. I guess just...
Doesn't make any sense.
I guess they didn't realize that people could just wear different shoes. But yeah, like these are other things, like images of that original image and everything. And this one looks like they got like the fingers all right there.
Oh yeah.
And everything in each individual finger. So. What else do we got here? 1858 as well, a French photographer and balloonist, Nadar, took the first aerial photo of the French village of Petit Bastille from a balloon 80 meters in the air. I do have an image for this too. So there it is. So I believe this is the first aerial photo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. Like, it might not be because I think I have covered like a different first aerial photo, but still 1858.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty epic. 1864, second day of the Battle of Deep Bottom Run, Virginia. Can we not get a better name? Deep Bottom Run. That that sounds like a case of the Taco Bell shits right there. I got one of them deep bottom runs. They're just going. Anyway, 1866, the metric system became a legal measurement system in the U.S., but never used. We also have, at the age of 18, Benny Ream became the first and youngest female artist to receive a commission from the United States government for a statue, specifically a statue of President Abraham Lincoln. So she made that bust right there.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
18, and that's what girls look like, or I guess women now at 18. You became at 18 you go from a girl to a woman.
Yeah.
So, what else do we got here? 1868, U.S. Secretary of State William H. Seward announced the ratification of the 14th Amendment by the states granting citizenship to ex-slaves. That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
1883, shocks triggered by the volcano Epomo on the Isle of Ischica, Italy, destroyed 1,200 houses in Casamicola and killed 2,000 people. So it was a magnitude of between 4.3 to 5.2. Struck the Italian island, not the Italian island of Ishika, killing over 2,300 people. So we have a slight death toll discrepancy there, but regardless, at least 2,000 people. That's a lot.
Yeah.
1893, a petition organized by Kate Shepherd demanding a women's suffrage was delivered to New Zealand's parliament, signed by over 25,000 women, 1/5 of the adult European female population. Wow. In that country, I guess. Because it's New Zealand. It's not like that. They're not counting all of the European women in actual Europe, with all that stuff. So the European descendant is what they're meaning.
Yeah.
So. Vizca Bridge, largest transporter bridge in the world, designed by Basque architect Alberto di Palacio, opened over the river Ibazal That's what this one is. So, some kind of bridge. Now, what is a transporter bridge? Like, I mean, aren't all bridges transport? You're going over them.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the kind of the point? Like,
it looks like that must raise up for ships, the sail ships to go under it and stuff.
Maybe.
And then drops down.
Let's see here. Also known as a ferry bridge or aerial transfer bridge, is a type of movable bridge that carries a segment of roadway across a river. Oh, okay. So instead of where did it go? Instead of like a straight up just all a bridge, you go to like I think that's it right there, the platform, and it just moves the platform across.
Oh,
it transports you.
Okay.
What a weird like. Okay. I mean, if it works,
I guess.
Like,
seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it depends on like like so many factors when building things like this, especially when it's a waterway that's in use and how big are things, like what you can build in that space, maybe it's too narrow for anything else, Because like if you have any type of mechanics like a drawbridge or anything, now you have to like really eat into the shoreline, and that might make it taller, and so many things. I don't know. What else do we got here? It's 1896. The city of Miami was incorporated.
Oh,
it's pretty big right there. So that's not it right there. City of Miami. I was thinking about using one of these images for the thumbnail, or as an option for the thumbnail. Because you helped me to design the thumbnail earlier today. Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome.
So,
I didn't do much.
Well, it helps. Like, sometimes, all I need, or all anybody needs is, like, someone else's opinion to make a final decision.
Yeah.
Like, so, I've had a lot of people help me with various things, throughout all this. But yeah, good old Miami. 1898, Spanish-American War. U.S. Army occupied Ponce and declared victory in Puerto Rico over Spanish forces. 1900, Louis Lessing created the Hamburger in Connecticut. Well, happy birthday, Hamburger! This guy right there. So, and apparently, like, there it is. Like, he could have cooked it longer, but you have the onion and the tomato.
Yeah.
And there it is. That's your hamburger.
Yeah. On bread.
Yeah. Yeah. There were no hamburger buns.
No.
So there it is. The original hamburger. Look at that. What appears to be like the bread appears to be grilled too.
Yeah.
Like that's not just straight up whatever
or it
bread.
Could be toasted.
Toasted, yeah, or something.
Grilled, more likely.
That actually looks really good. So.
Doesn't even look like ground beef though.
It does,
Kinda.
Yeah. They can cook it a little bit longer for my taste, but anyway, what else do we got here? 1904, Interior Minister of Russia, Vyacheslav Pliev, was assassinated as leader of the most reactionary elements of government. He was hated for his repressive policies. While that was going on, Rafael Reyes became dictator of Colombia after losing Panama. Yikes. 2 years after that, Yankees turned to triple play and defeated Cleveland 6-4. 1911, 96 degrees Fahrenheit or 35.6 Celsius in day-built Netherlands. That's warm. It's actually like we've had some heat, like excessive heat warnings and such throughout the day. It's 84 right now. It's sunny. The orange ball of death. So, 1911. Yeah, 1911. The Australasian Antarctic expedition began as the Saya Aurora departed London. Now, let me repeat that. The Australasian. So you have Australia and Asian, like possibly Chinese, maybe some Japanese, I'm not sure, whatever. So you have Australia and Asia departing for Antarctica from London. What the fuck? Like, why are they up there? Like, in 1914, Austria-Hungary decided against mediation. Mediation.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and declared war on Serbia, the first declaration of war of World War I. It begins. Start of World War I. Officially, right now. Year World War I is in the culmination of the July crisis. Austria-Hungary declared war on the Kingdom of Serbia and began the Great War. The war to end all wars. But it was just the beginning. 1914, Foxtrot was first danced at the New Amsterdam Roof Garden in New York City by Harry Fox. So that's why it's called the Foxtrot, named after the guy.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
I always thought it was like, this is how the foxes dance. I'm like, okay, Oh.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get some examples here. So, how to dance the foxtrot. Let's see here. There we go.
time, we're gonna go left, right.
Quick. I presume that you go like fast. Here we go.
No, they're doing it good.
Oh, okay, I see. There we go. Cool. What else do we got here? 1915, due to virtual anarchy, U.S. Marines went ashore in Haiti on orders from President Woodrow Wilson, leading to an occupation that lasted until 1934, 19 years, according to other source. So, yeah, that would be 1934. 1917, a silent parade organized by James Weldon Johnson. 10,000 black stadiums marched on Fifth Avenue in New York City to protest against lynchings. So we have
that's a good protest.
Yes. The anti-lynching movement, the silent parade, took place in New York City in protest against murders, lynchings, and other violence directed towards black stadiums.
But in New York they were lynching in 1917?
Well, no, they were protesting in New York.
Yeah.
They probably weren't lynching there, but they,
Well, I was waiting for something to say where.
If you want to get any movements,
mostly down south.
Yeah, well, like if you want to get any press for your movement, you have to go to where the press usually is, and nobody's going to cover if you're just marching through, BFE, Louisiana. But if you're marching through Times Square, people are going to notice. So,
I agree with you 100%. But when they're just saying in New York, it sounds like they're protesting lynching in New York, and I don't think that was the case.
No. Well, the primary source says they march on Fifth Avenue in New York City to protest against lynching.
Yeah, that's why.
And the silent parade took place in New York City in protest against murders, lynchings, and other violence. Yeah. So it's taking place there, but not necessarily because the crime is happening there. But that's where,
you see what I'm saying? It feels like it's tied into it.
Well,
I get what you're saying, and I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just going, wait a minute. It can't mean New York itself.
Well, there might be. I don't know. It was 1917.
But that late? So. Not that late. No way.
Stuff,
who knows?
Horrible stuff has happened in places you least expect. 1919, International Federation of Free Trade Unions, Vrije Vakbewegings Internationale, formed in Amsterdam. So that was the International Federation of Free Trade Unions. So, tried to read it in their native language, didn't do so well. 1 century ago, in 1926, the United States and Panamanian Pact about the safeguarding of the Panama Canal. Okay. 1928, the 9th Summer Olympic Games opened in Amsterdam, Netherlands. 1 year later, Chicago Cardinals became the first NFL team to train out of state. They were out in Michigan to train. 1930, 114 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 Celsius recorded in Greensburg, Kentucky, state record. You don't want to break that, guys. 31, MLB Chicago White Sox scored 11 in the 8th and beat the Yankees 14-12 in New York. That's a little close. 1931, a mob hitman, Mad Dog Call, allegedly participated in a kidnapping attempt that resulted in the shooting death of a child, which earned him the nickname Mad Dog. So, whatever his name was, Cole. What was his actual name? Yeah, that's weird. Why would they call him mob hitman Mad Dog Cole, and then say, go on to describe the event that got him the nickname before he had the nickname?
Yeah.
Vincent Cole. Okay, yeah. Start off with Vincent Cole and then tell me the story. 1932, White Zombie, the first feature-length zombie film directed by Victor Halperin and starring Bela Lugosi, was released in the U.S.
Oh, wow. Bela Lugosi.
Yeah. 32, U.S. President Herbert Hoover ordered federal troops to evict the Bonus Army, a group of World War I veterans and their families, from its encampment. 2 veterans died. Now, what people don't know about this Bonus Army here is, as it said, these were World War I veterans.
Right.
And this is 1932, and they were not receiving, whatever it was that they were promised, as the VA does, and everything. So, and this is what just boggles the hell out of my mind and makes me view the United States as a massive Bond villain organization. You're using current troops to suppress the old troops because the old troops want what they were promised.
Yeah.
And you're using troops that are going to be treated just the same way in 20 years from time. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Or are the troops stupid for not seeing their own future that they're causing? Wow. But yeah, so in 1932, during the Great Depression, U.S. President Herbert Hoover ordered the United States Army to forcibly evict the Bonus Army of World War I veterans gathered in Washington, D.C. That's just so disgusting, man.
Yeah.
33, first singing telegram delivered to Rudy Valley in New York City.
Ah.
Yeah, that rhymed unintentionally. So that's good. 33 as well, NFL divided into 5-team divisions. Spain recognized the USSR. It's a bad move. 34, 118 degrees Fahrenheit or 48 Celsius recorded in Orofino, Idaho. This is their state record. 35, we have the first flight of the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. So,
that's a cool shot.
Yeah, it is. It's in black and white, so it doesn't show up that well for the thumbnail and everything. But it's still, it's still an amazing aircraft. Now, was it this or was it a different plane that we explored when I was a kid? In whatever air museum we were in? Was it a B-17 or like a B-18? I think it has to have been B-17.
I'm trying to remember what that was. I don't recall.
Yeah, because this is the Flying Fortress. I'm just looking at this, and because I think they added the Top Gun later, because they have a nose gun here, and then they had 2 side guns.
You're talking about the one in Palm Springs we went into, and
I don't know where we were.
How they laid on their belly in the nose like that?
Oh yeah.
The gunman?
Probably.
Yeah. No, it was much smaller than that though.
But
still.
It can't get much smaller than that. Like
well, it's hard to say. You're right. I don't know what.
Small as you can make
what it was.
So.
But it was a renowned bomber. I know that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a tail gunner. You can kind of see the ball turret right there.
Yeah, I think it was a tail gunner, not the nose. But I think it was a tail gunner.
Yeah, tail gunner was way. I think he might have been on his belly. Yeah, tail gunner. Front gunner could have been on his belly too. I don't know. 1937, Eddie Painter scored 322 for Lancashire against Sussex. Richard Moore scored 316 for Hampshire against Warwickshire. Okay, cricket stuff. 38, 34,000-ton Cunard White Star Line Mauritania launched in Birkenhead, England. Weird.
No idea what that means.
It's a ship.
Okay.
Like a ship was launched.
Okay, good.
It weighed 34,000 tons.
Oh, wow.
It was from White Star. You're not impressed. Like.
Yeah, it is huge.
Yeah, that's not it. That looks like a. Well, no, that could be it. Yeah, that's before they put on the superstructure and everything. There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
They built some big ships in the early 1900s.
Oh yeah. 38. Yeah, 38 Hawaii. Well, no, dude. Like, have you seen like what a modern
like the Queen Mary down there
ship versus Titanic? Yeah, we've been on the Queen Mary and everything.
Yeah.
Remember how the Titanic was like the largest ship ever made?
Yeah.
And that was like 1912 and all that stuff. I want to show you something.
Oh.
Tell me when you see it.
Are you telling me that's the Titanic?
That little ship is the Titanic.
Oh, jeez.
That is a modern day, and that's actually an old image. Like, you know, like now, like,
wow.
Like we have just gargantuan, like, modern cruise ship. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Largest cruise ship versus Titanic. All right, let's see if we can do this right there. So I'm getting those same images, but yeah, there's the icon of the seas, and there's the Titanic. Like,
good grief!
It's just outrageous, you know.
Yeah.
Like, look at all the decks. Like, and then all the amenities, you know. So,
I had no idea they were making those cruise ships that big.
Oh, they're ridiculous. 1938.
Big.
Yeah. 938, Hawaii Clipper disappeared between Guam and Manila as the first loss of an airliner in Trans-Pacific China Clipper service. 39, the Sutton Hoo helmet was discovered, and that was this helmet here.
Oh.
A cool helmet. So, it's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that.
I like it better when it's big than I saw it earlier.
Choose your words more carefully next time.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to tell you what you just said. Anyway, when the image is larger, it does look better.
Yeah.
So,
first one, that's the good one right there.
Well, it's the angle and the glint of the gold, you know. But this shows, like, in different lighting, how it looks, different. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It just depends, on what angles. Now it all looks bronze. So, what else do we got here? A 1940 Yankee Charlie Keller hit 3 home runs to defeat White Sox 10-9. Mom's Time, 1942, the Nazis liquidated 10,000 Jews in Minsk's Belarus ghetto. Yeah, it's such an awful
Belarus,
way to say that. Liquidated them. They put them in a blender or something. That's such a terrible way to say that, dude. I mean, it's a terrible act. So, I don't know. It's just so inhuman. 42 as well, the Zionist partisans in Poland informed the Zawodowska Organizacja Bojowa, the ZOB, or the Jewish Fighting Organization. 42, during World War II, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin issued Order Number 227 in response to alarming German advances. All those who retreat or otherwise leave their positions without orders to do so are to be tried in a military court, with punishment ranging from duty in a Schaffrath battalion, imprisonment in a gulag, or execution. Quite often, they just chose the wall. The people, like, in power, that is.
Yeah.
43, Italian fascist dictator Benito Mussolini resigned. We talked about that yesterday a little bit. He was forced through, the king from all the other fascists and everything. Yeah, because he sucked. But Italy was just not ready for that war. 43, we have Operation Gomorrah. RAF, the Royal Air Force, bombed Hamburg, causing a firestorm that killed 42,600 civilians in Germany. German civilians. Wow. 43, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt announced the end of coffee rationing in the U.S. Hey!
Yeah, how about
just in time for Mom to start drinking. 44, Adolf Hitler rerouted 4 divisions from southern France to Normandy. Too little too late for that. 45, now this is wild. Elevator girl Betty Lou Oliver survived falling 75 stories after fog caused a U.S. bomber plane to crash into the Empire State Building, breaking the cable supporting the elevator she was operating. This remains a world record for the longest survived elevator fall. I hope that, David Rush do not try to beat this one. But a U.S. Army B-25 bomber, this happened, crashed into the 79th floor of the Empire State Building, killing 14 and injuring 26.
I never heard of that.
I heard about this after 9/11. Because when all the conspiracies first started coming up and everything, they're like, hey, now wait a minute. In 1945, a fucking bomber flew into the Empire State Building, and that didn't collapse.
Yeah.
That was built well before that. That's a much, the bomber was like, now, it's not as big as one of those jet airliners, but, still, like, that's not a sneeze, Right. So, that's what is, like, a lot of starts to getting people interested in 9/11 conspiracies is that, buildings have survived getting hit by planes. Why didn't the towers?
Yeah.
And how come they came down so perfectly, both of them?
Well, they've gone over that in
so much
infinitum.
stuff.
Structurally, how they were built, it just pancaked, and then boom, 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 boom.
Well,
the weight of it just brought it down.
If they can make it make sense, they can explain anything away.
Yeah.
They can straight up lie to your face, and you're not an engineer. You don't know.
They weren't making an excuse. They're saying the way it was built should never have been built that way. Of course, now they're in hindsight, way too late.
Or what if that's a perfect cover to explain it away? I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, 1945, Japanese Premier Suzuki disregarded U.S. ultimatum to surrender. So then our response was physicist Raymer Schreiber and Lieutenant Colonel Pierre D. Silva arrived on the Pacific island of Tinian with the plutonium core used to assemble the Fat Man bomb used in the bombing of Nagasaki on August 9th. So we're getting ready. We already spoke about Little Boy. It was Little Boy on Hiroshima and then Fat Man on Nagasaki. So we already have Little Boy ready to go, and now they're preparing, the second one here on the same exact day. Not even a year apart, but the same day that they're just like, oh no, they spit in our face. Okay, well, let's see who's spitting whose face. In a couple of days here.
Did I ever tell you about a Japanese teacher I had from Nagasaki?
You have, but tell the story for posterity.
No, that's pretty well it. It was just she was from Nagasaki. Really, really nice. Of course, that would have been early '60s somewhere, and never tied that together until I started a little more studying of history. Then it dawned on me, whoa.
Now early '60s, so
yeah, so it's supposed to be 62, 63, 64.
So he
she was young.
Okay. So she might not have been alive during the bombing, but she came from the city after it rebuilt. Because by 65 she'd have to be 20 years old.
And she would be obviously 20. She's probably 25 years old.
So she might have been a wee little thing. Well,
she may have moved here before the war.
Well, then that's a whole nother, that barrel of hammers. Was she in a camp? Like,
I have no idea of her history. All I know is she was from Nagasaki.
because we rounded up a lot of those Japanese and put them in camps.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So I'm wondering,
We
like,
did to fellow Americans.
yeah. Well, yeah, like, why didn't we do that to the Germans? Very valid arguments. 1945, U.S. Senate ratified the United Nations Charter by a vote of 89 to 2. Lewin's time, except it too is a year late. After Mom's time was a year late as well. We have Lulu Manu's Farmers Party was banned in Romania on the state in 47. In 48, IG Farben chemical plant exploded in Ludwigshafen, Germany, killing 182. Yikes. 48 as well, London's Metropolitan Police flying squad foiled a bullion robbery in the Battle of London Airport. It's just the way they wrote it. They foiled it. Oh, curses! Oh, that's not it right there. So, 1951, Walt Disney released animated musical film Alice in Wonderland featuring Catherine Beaumont, J. Pat O'Malley, Ed Wynn, and Sterling Holloway, and songs by Sammy Fain and Bob Hilliard. 54, On the Waterfront, directed by Elia Kazan, and starring Marlon Brando and Eva Marie Saint was released. Eva Marie Saint was released. Later received the Academy Awards Best Picture of 55. Speaking of 55, in 55, the Union Municipal Pro Interlingua was founded as the first Interlingua Congress in Tours, France. I guess interlinguist or something. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Interlingua Congress. What would that be? Interlingua. Okay. Constructed language. Oh. Huh. Developed between 37 and 51 by the American International Auxiliary Language Association, the IALA, is a constructed language of the naturalistic variety whose vocabulary, grammar, and other characteristics are derived from natural languages. Okay, so this is
this is France and later.
Well, no, like this is what interlingua is.
Okay, yeah.
This is like what we just talked about was
right.
The first Congress of Interlingua. So it's I guess like a preservation of language. It's like
I didn't follow it.
Unfortunately. Well, let me read this again. So we have 1955. The Union of Mondial Pro Interlingua was founded as the first Interlingua Congress in Tours, France. So it's a congress, like a government, like a collection of people. What interlingua is an international auxiliary language developed between 1937 and 1951 by the American International Auxiliary Language Association. It is a constructed language of the naturalistic variety whose vocabulary, grammar, and other characteristics are derived from natural languages. So it's a whole new language derived from other languages.
And they founded an interlingual congress, whatever.
To validate it or something.
Yeah.
So
with language.
It was developed to combine a simple, mostly regular grammar with a vocabulary common to a wide range of Western European languages, making it easy to learn for those whose native languages were sources of interlingual vocabulary and grammar. So it's a way to unify our vocabulary.
That doesn't sound like France, though.
Well, no. Okay, I'm talking about interlingua itself.
Yes.
But then in France, they founded the first Congress of this.
That's what doesn't sound like France.
Yeah.
Because they just hold on to their language like crazy. They don't want any. But this is a specific thing with that language.
Yeah.
I get what it is. Still doesn't sound like France. So.
Anyway, 1957, heavy rain and a mudslide in Aishaya, western Kyushu, Japan, killed 992 people. Yikes. 57 as well, MLB Chicago White Sox outfielder Jim Landis struck out 5 times in a loss to the Orioles in Baltimore. He's having a hard night. We also have rock and roll piano player, singer Jerry Lee Lewis made his first TV appearance with a raucous, how do you spell raucous?
Ruckus.
No, it's not ruckus. Raucous or something.
Ruckus.
Ruckus is ruckus. This is not ruckus.
Raucous?
Raucous, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's ruckus to me.
Well, yeah, rendition of Whole Lot of Shaking Going On the Steve Allen Show.
Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Great Balls of Fire.
No. 59, Hawaii's first U.S. election sent the first Asian stadiums to Congress. Cool. We also had the United Kingdom began using postal codes. 1960, U.S. Republican National Convention selected Richard Nixon as candidate. The German Volkswagen Act came into force. What?
Oh,
the German Volkswagen Act.
Die Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, no. This is an act. This is a government thing. Like, the Volkswagen Act is a set of German, originally West German, federal laws enacted in 1960, regulating the privatization of Volkswagen Europe GmbH into the Volkswagen Group. In order to maintain government control in the privately owned company, it stipulated that the votes in major shareholder meeting resolutions require 4/5 or 80% agreement. This part of the law was deemed to violate the free movement of capital principle of European Union corporate law. After a series of challenges from 2007 to 2013, the German Parliament finally amended the part in 2013 to EU Court of Justice satisfaction. So up until modern times, we were dealing with communist infiltration into stuff. Wow. Well, I mean, we still are. Like, look at California, the world around us. So, but wow, so that I never knew that there was a whole thing about that. Volkswagen Act. That's wild. What else do we got here? In 1962, Mariner 1 launched to Venus, falling into the Atlantic Ocean. So did it fail or something? Like, it just said launched to Venus and then fell to the Atlantic Ocean. So it could just be saying it launched to Venus and then came back and then splashed down to deliver its payload of photographs or whatever the heck it was doing. I don't know.
We haven't sent anything, launched anything to Venus to come back. It's way too far away.
It says failed dash mission. Okay, so it's failed. Well, I mean, not necessarily. Like, you can send something out and wait years for it to come back.
But I don't think we've done that, is my point.
Probably not. 62, beginning of the 8th World Festival of Youth and Students. What is that? What? World Festival of Youth and Students. Never heard of anything like that. Huh. The World Federation of Democratic Youth organized this festival together with the International Union of Students. Finland was the second country after Austria to host the event despite being a non-aligned state. The festival ended up costing 247 million marka, or $4.9 million or euros in 2013. It was, but this is 1962, so that's the equivalent, I guess. It was also reported that Moscow spent $25 million on the festival. But what's that in rubles? So, okay, that's weird. So, Youth and Student Festival. Let's throw this link in there if anybody wants to check that out. So, what else do we got here? 1964, England was all out for 6-11 in reply to Australia's 8-656, and the match ended in a draw. Obviously, cricket. 1964, England, no, we got that one. Ranger 7 was launched to the moon and sent back 4,308 TV images. It's pretty cool. 65, President Lyndon B. Johnson sent 50,000 more soldiers to Vietnam, bringing the total to 125,000. So, yep.
Wow.
He announced his order to increase the number of U.S. troops.
Yeah.
Yep. Just pouring the meat grinder. 71, Dutch ended censorship of Blue movie. Gonna do a surface level scratch of that article really quick. Let's see here. There we go. Blue movie. Okay. This is all in a foreign language, so I'm just gonna Blue movie. Just put this here, and let others do with that as they wish. 71, 16-time Gold Glove winner Brooks Robinson committed 3 errors in the 6th inning. Huh.
Yeah, unusual for him.
Yeah. 72, 39th NFL Chicago All-Star Game, Dallas 20, All-Stars 7, in front of 54,162 attendees. 73, 600,000 people attended the Summer Jam Rock Festival, featuring the Grateful Dead, the band, and the Allman Brothers Band at Watkins Glen, New York. At the time, the largest ever audience at a pop festival right there. Wow. 73, NASA launched Skylab 3's astronauts Alan Bean, Owen Garriott, and Jack Lozma to the space station for a 59-day stay. 74, Spetsgruppe A, Russia's elite special force, was formed. 75, the U.S. Department of the Interior designated the grizzly bear a threatened species. 1976, Eldon Georges and Gio Morin set a world airspeed record of 3,530 kilometers per hour. I wonder what that is in freedom units. I'm going to do a quick search to see if we have any comments. We do not. Moving on up to 1976 as well. The Tangshan earthquake, 7.6 in magnitude, killed over 300,000 in northern China. The largest loss of life from an earthquake in the 20th century. So other source says it was between 7.8 and 8.2 moment magnitude, flattening Tangshan in the People's Republic of China, killing 242,769 and injuring an additional 164,851. That is so specific.
Wow.
Kind of weird.
Wow.
76 as well. White Sox pitcher John Odom, 5 innings, and Francisco Barrios in 4 innings, no-hit the A's.
Yeah.
77, first oil through the Trans-Alaska Pipeline System reached Valdez, Alaska. 77 as well, legendary England cricket all-rounder Ian Botham on debut took 5 for 74 in the Australian first innings in a 7-wicket third test win at Trent Bridge. 78 at Old Timers game, it was announced that Martin will again manage the Yankees. So price of gold topped $200 an ounce for the first time. Yeah. 79, Dave Kingman became the 6th player to have a second 3-home run game. Wow. 1980, Peru adopted the Constitution and Fernando Belaúnde became president. 84, 23rd Modern Olympic Games opened in Los Angeles. So
Yeah, remember those.
Game of the 23rd Olympiad. The Summer Olympics were open in LA. And yeah, the next ones are coming.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So,
I remember going down because remember we lived we lived there in '84.
yeah.
Went down and watched the torch run by.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
That's really awesome.
the guy carrying it because it was an honor. Everybody got to carry
yeah.
it. His feet were barely touching the ground. I mean, he wasn't going fast.
Yeah.
But you could just see he was on such a high.
Yeah.
Greatest thing I've ever seen us. Something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
1985, Lou Brock, Enos Slaughter, and A. Vaughn and Hoyt Wilhelm were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Enos Slaughter, what the hell of a name is that? 86, NASA released a transcript from the Doomed Challenger. Pilot Michael Smith can be heard saying "uh-oh" as the spacecraft disintegrated.
Ooh.
Wow, at least he didn't swear, but wow, what a kind of a lame duck way to go out. Uh-oh,
Well, that's your first reaction. That's probably
Yeah,
it's such a split section deal that
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
He was gone. By the time the O came out.
Yikes. AO's time, 1987. Can I get through my life in 13 minutes?
No.
Angel Cordero Jr. became the 4th jockey to win 6,000 races. 88, IBM announced a price hike on older models. That's weird. Why would you do that? You'd think you'd want to reduce the price to get them out.
Clear them out. That is weird.
Unless they're actually better than the current ones. I mean, that's a move I'd expect out of today's world.
I wonder, when they say older models, were they still producing that older model? Or were they clearing them out?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
if you're clearing them out, you reduce the price.
Yeah, I know. They don't go up.
That's weird. 1988, Israeli diplomats arrived in Moscow for first visit in 21 years. Jordan canceled $1.3 billion development plan in West Bank. Winnie Mandela's home in Soweto, South Africa, destroyed by arson. And this reminds me of a very, miserable thing I heard. Now, right here, this is from, this is Inside Edition. Now, the title is "Woman Allegedly Tried to Burn Down MLK Jr.'s Birth Home."
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Now, I think this lady, I think she's part of BLM or something. But how do you say allegedly when you have video recording of her with a gas can and dousing? How is that allegedly? It is a black lady. Now, see, I believe, if I remember correctly, because this is from 2 years ago, and I don't think this. I think this is a lot older than this, but this was to try to artificially create. Oh, look at what the white people did.
How did she fail? Is what I want to know.
She got caught on camera.
Yeah, but still.
Well, so it's like somebody caught her or something live from their doorbell camera or something. Somebody was seeing them live, and they called the police, and they got her in the act. But if it wasn't for that, she probably would have succeeded.
Burned it down.
And then nobody would believe a black person would burn that down.
Yeah.
So pretty hook, line, and sinker, slam dunk with that. And they're artificial. When the supply outweighs the demand, and they just want to hate, they're going to make their own shit up. It's terrible. 1989, Braves' Dale Murphy hit two 3-home runs in an inning, becoming the 14th man to hit 2 home runs in an inning and tied the record of 6 RBIs in an inning. 89, Cardinals' Vince Coleman was caught stealing, ending his record streak at 50. NASA's Lewis Research Center in Cleveland announced new high-temperature superconductors able to operate at 33 to 37 gigahertz. That sounds pretty extreme. 1990, Alberto Fujimori was inaugurated as the president of Peru after defeating novelist Mario Vargas Llosa in a runoff election. That's interesting. A novelist was running for president.
Yeah.
You don't usually hear about that very often. And like we covered a historian running for president. I'm not sure if he won or not, but
Well,
yeah.
the mayor was running, a novelist was running in the LA City mayor race.
Ah.
That's pretty amazing because that's one of our biggest cities.
Yeah. Oh. 1990, blackout hit Chicago. 1991, Dennis Martinez pitched the 13th perfect game in baseball history. Excellent.
As a matter of fact, Trump was a novelist.
Ah. Huh. 92, groundbreaking of Florida Marlins 7,500-seat spring training stadium. 92 as well, Rhythm and Blues singer Mary J. Blige released her debut album What's the 411 with production by Puff Daddy. Isn't that P. Diddy right there? That's not good. Yeah, it is. So that's not good. Not good at all. 93, Seattle Mariners outfielder Ken Griffey Jr. became the 3rd player to hit home runs in 8 consecutive games. 94, baseball players decided to strike on August 12th, 1994. Over what? Do you remember why they're...
Yeah, salaries mainly.
Okay.
You know, and restrictions, and I'm forgetting exactly what it was, but it was a shortened season for sure.
So did they get what they wanted, or did they come out with some compromise or something?
They came out with a compromise. I can't remember what it was, but I
Okay.
think it was mainly money.
Okay.
The old contract was up.
Yeah, well, it's not like they don't make enough money already.
Well, now they're making tons.
Greedy fucks. 94, we have the last steel beam was placed on Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in Cleveland, Ohio, and that's what this building is.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So it wasn't like it was the Hall of Fame Museum.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I want to show other images. Look at that pyramid.
Whoa.
Like that looks wild. You can see that's that rotunda picture,
Yeah.
you know, from over there. So like
Oh, I
everywhere,
see. You can't see the whole thing.
yeah,
from this
everywhere
side.
you look at this thing, like it's such
Whoa.
a unique building. Like
That makes me want to go there.
I want to go there. Like that looks like opening day.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, but look at how wild that looks, man. I'd like to go there.
That
This
looks
is
like an open atrium in there.
atrium, yeah.
Atrium.
Oh, we have cars
Oh, there we go.
suspended.
Wow.
Oh, why is that one upside down?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Why are cars in there?
Well, maybe it was a rock and roller, this car, or something. I love how they have like these speaker things.
Yeah.
So, what else do we got here? 1994, Texas Rangers pitcher Kenny Rogers threw the only perfect game in franchise history against the California Angels. 1 year later, Art Modell's rep began secret talks to move the NFL team, Cleveland Browns, to Baltimore. Not the Baltimore, but to Baltimore. Was he successful? And the Baltimore Browns now, or is it still the Cleveland Browns?
Still the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, so I guess it didn't happen. 95, Norwegian France Minister Sigbjorn Johnson said that Norway should not lower its crude oil production in an attempt to boost world oil prices. 96, Stadians Kirali and Ken Steffes won inaugural beach volleyball gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics. Kirali was the first to win gold in indoor and beach events.
Now, just to interrupt you,
Yeah.
I think it was successful, but Cleveland maintained the name the Browns. So I think they moved to Baltimore and changed their name to the Ravens.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense too.
I had to think about it for a
Yeah.
bit.
96 here, we got the Kennewick Man. The remains of a prehistoric man was discovered near Kennewick, Washington. Such remains will be, it's pretty much the same thing that they said, primary source there on the secondary source. So yeah, just a skeleton, prehistoric, like, here's what they predict not predict, but what they believe based off of, like, the skull, how would it look like.
The structure of it.
Yeah, thank you. 96, New York Yankee Darryl Strawberry hit his 300th home run. 97, Guatemala became a member of the Berne Convention Copyright Treaty. New York Rangers center Mark Messier signed with the Vancouver Canucks for $20 million over 3 years. We also have Peter Graf, father of Steffi, entered a German jail for tax evasion. Steffi Graf. Why does the name sound familiar?
She's a great tennis player.
Ah, that's why. Okay. 2001, Australian Ian Thorpe became the first swimmer to win 6 gold medals at a single World Championship meeting. Wow. 2002, 9 coal miners were trapped in the flooded Quay Creek mine in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, rescued after 77 hours underground. Thank goodness they were rescued. That's scary though, 77 hours underground. Like,
Long time.
Yikes. 2005, a tornado touched down in the residential area in South Birmingham, England, causing £4 million worth of damages and injuring 39 people. And there's an image right there.
You don't think of England getting tornadoes?
No, but like this is like the second or third article that we've covered. I mean, there's been a lot of articles about tornadoes that we haven't covered. But like when there are weird places like England, like, you know, I report on them all. Like, you know, or it's a big disastrous event and all that stuff. And wow, you know. At least you don't get fire tornadoes like we do out here, though. So.
True.
2005, the Provisional Irish Republican Army called an end to its 30-year-long armed campaign against British rule and oppression in Northern Ireland. 2008, historic Weston Supermare Grand Pier burnt down for a second time in 80 years, and that's what this building is right there. That's a pier.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, like it's some kind of historic pier. It's the second time in 80 years. So
Huge fire.
Not want to use AI. Yeah. Yeah. Here you see it all the way down the chute there. So that's what a tragedy. Look at all that. It's just destroyed and everything. So, what else we got here? 2010, Air Blue Flight 202 crashed into the Margala Hills north of Islamabad in Pakistan, killing all 152 people aboard. It is the deadliest aviation accident in Pakistan history and the first involving an Airbus A321. 2011, while flying from Seoul, South Korea to Shanghai, China, Asiana Airlines Flight 991 developed an in-flight fire in the cargo hold. The Boeing 747-400F freighter attempted to divert to Jeju International Airport, but crashed into the sea southwest of Jeju Island, killing both crew members on board. 2012, 18 people were killed and 11 injured in ethnic clashes in Ethiopia. 2012, Yi Shiwen of China set world record in the women's 400-meter individual medley for 4 minutes 28.43 seconds to take the gold medal at the London Olympics. 2014, Israel criticized John Kerry's proposed ceasefire, stating that no ceasefire deal will be accepted without the destruction of tunnels leading from Gaza to Israel and the demilitarization of the Gaza Strip. Again with these tunnels. Did they ever do anything about them, or?
Well, they have since they went in and attacked it.
Okay.
I don't know if they've destroyed all of them, but a good portion. Oh, they have massive tunnels.
2014 as well, missiles struck near Gaza's main hospital and a nearby refugee camp on Monday, leaving 10 dead and many wounded. The Israeli Defense Force said they are not responsible. Well, then who's hitting them? Like, what the hell? 2014, UN Security Council held an emergency meeting calling for an immediate and indefinite humanitarian ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Yeah, you know, you gotta stop both of them. 2015, Pedro Martinez's number 45 was retired by the Boston Red Sox. 2016, earliest evidence of cancer was found in a 1.7 million year old toe fossil from Swartkin's Cave in South Africa, published in the South African Journal of Science. And toe cancer from 1.7 million years ago.
Jeez.
Weird. 2017, General John Kelly appointed a new chief of staff by U.S. President Donald Trump. Pakistan Supreme Court ruled corruption accusations against Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif are enough to remove him from office. 2017, U.S. Senate voted on the skinny repeal of the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. Failed 51-49 as John McCain casted the deciding vote against it.
I remember that.
Yeah. 2018, car fire reached Redding, California, with a death toll at 5, having burnt 80,000 acres. So it wasn't like an automobile on fire. It was like the Carbon Canyon. Was it Carbon Canyon?
I don't know.
Like car. So whatever that city is, car or a location. I think it looks like a city, but it started there. Hence the name Car Fire.
Yeah.
There's Shasta Lake. So this is up in northern. That's Redding.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hippie Valley. Huh. I think you're from there. So. 2018, longest blood moon eclipse of the 21st century, lasting 1 hour and 43 minutes. Yikes. We also have Australian Wendy Tuck became the first female skipper to win the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race.
Oh.
All right.
Congrats to her.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is she an actual female or is she a trans? Because, like, you know,
I'm just going with the first female.
Well, I hope it's an
say.
actual female. Yeah. Well, in 2018, you don't know anymore. 2019, the first Fortnite World Cup is won by U.S. teenager Kyle Gierserdorf with the largest ever esports prize of $3 million at Arthur Ashe Stadium, New York. Wow. Fortnite is so stupid. 2019, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, was revealed as the first guest editor for UK Vogue in 103 years for September 2019 issue. 2020, former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak was found guilty of corruption, sentenced to 12 years, and fined at nearly $50 million. ITER, the world's largest nuclear fission project, began assembly in St. Paul-les-Durance, France, and that's what this is. This is the building. Like, this is some kind of nuclear fusion project.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what they're doing, but, yeah, here's some inside. Like, I'm no nuclear physicist, but this looks like some, like, you know, science fiction level shenanigans are happening here. Is that a freaking particle accelerator? Like, it'd be a very short one,
It's
but
on a small scale, whatever it is.
no. What else do we got here? In 2021, 19-year-old gymnast Daiki Hashimoto of Japan became the youngest Olympics men's artistic individual all-around champion in history at the Tokyo Games. That sounds weird. Artistic individual all-around. What kind of...
Artistic? What is that? That doesn't go with usually the Olympics.
Like, are they making up special shit so people can feel better about themselves now? What the hell's going
well,
on?
they add something new, you know, and sometimes they keep stuff and it becomes a permanent.
Yeah, but that's not, you know...
Yeah.
I've heard of skateboarding. I've heard of
Yeah.
you know,
surfing.
Surfing. You know, I've heard of freestyle dance or whatever the heck it's called. Forgot what it's called.
Ballroom dance? Or
No,
that's not that.
no. Like the one with the stupid kangaroo lady. You know, remember that?
I remember,
Like,
but I don't know where that fits.
No, there was like freestyle. It was an event in the Olympics that year.
Oh.
Like you know how like people from the hood they throw a cardboard and they spin around and all that stuff. Yeah.
Breakdancing.
Breakdancing. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. You're right.
Yeah. But she's up there like hopping around. She calls that kangaroo. No, you're hopping around, you idiot.
Yeah,
It's not
no, that was
breakdancing.
stupid.
You're stupid. 2021, Australian swimmer Ariane Titmus claimed an Olympic double by winning the women's 200-meter freestyle in an Olympic record time of 1 minute 53.50 seconds in Tokyo. 2 days earlier, she defeated stadium superstar Katie Ledecky in the 400-meter freestyle. 2021 as well, Japanese swimmer Yui Ohashi won the women's individual medley double with a victory of the 200-meter individual medley. At the Tokyo Olympics 3 days prior, she won the 400-meter individual medley gold medal. So, you know, wow, so we have a whole bunch of, you know, women doing stunning stuff in the Olympics there. 2022, final episodes of TV soap opera Neighbours air in Australia after 37 years. That's a pretty long run there. We have flooding in Garrett County, eastern Kentucky, killed at least 37 people with more missing and put 4 million people in Kentucky and surrounding states under flood alert. You know, sorry, I had to start talking with a southern draw because of Kentucky. So, 2022 as well, opening ceremony of the 2022 Commonwealth Games held in Birmingham, England, featuring giant animatronic bull. Saudi Arabia unveiled plans for a futuristic 106-mile, one-building city called The Line. I'd rather call it The Cycle, personally. To house 9 million people, powered by renewable energy sources with no roads.
I've heard about this before, and I can't remember what, where, or how.
Yeah, well, this was like, we were talking about this earlier. There was that's you can barely really see it, but that's it. Because of the stupid reflective walls. Looks like it's a stand, but you can just see the top right here between the panels.
I can't envision that.
Like, no, it's unrealistic. It's just the Saudis realizing that the oil money is drying up, and then they're going to have to do something.
Not a lot of oil.
Well, until they don't.
Yeah.
And they got to start working
true.
on, that's why they're really heavy into the tech industry and all that stuff now. Like, you can't bank yourself on anything, even if, renewable, non-renewable, it doesn't matter. Like, nothing lasts forever. So, especially with, all this mandate towards electric vehicles, who's even going to be burning fuel anymore?
Yeah.
So where's their money going to come from? What else we got here? 2023, scientists genetically engineer female animals to reproduce without a male for the first time using fruit flies. That sounds terrifying. We're sciencing ourselves out of life here, folks.
So we're going to be out of the loop, is what you're saying?
Yeah, apparently.
And then they'll figure out a way to have nothing but females born.
Yeah, well, and that's when the species dies. 2023, Typhoon Dokuski made landfall in China's southeastern Fujian province, causing landslides and flooding, and went on to flood Beijing, killing at least 11 people. 2025, just this time last year, Cambridge researchers discovered a 4,000-year-old Egyptian handprint. And that's right there.
Yeah.
The guy has his hand right there, it's to show, but you can kind of see, right, the fingers.
It's really hard
right
to see,
there.
but you can.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, so, oh wait, that's the wrong one right there. This is what I want to look up. So, yeah, it's
That's
difficult.
a better picture right there. That one.
Right here.
No.
Uh,
You're just on it. One down,
this one.
one over.
This one?
Other way.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see the fingerprints.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool picture. Yeah. 2025, India overtook China as the top exporter of smartphones to the United States, accounting for 44% of U.S. imports as Apple shifted manufacturing to New Delhi due to increased tariff threats. So stop buying iPhones. I mean, not that we need yet another reason to do so, but stop buying iPhones. And in 2061, now hold on a second, time out.
Whoa.
It's 2026.
What?
What are
Yeah.
we talking about? Well, this is the 31st predicted perihelion passage of Halley's Comet. Perihelion, of course, being its closest approach to the sun. So it's predicted at this time in 2061. So if anybody's watching this, I'm not sure if you can do a reverse time travel comments into the comment section, But if anyone's...
So what day was it? What year was it predicted? Though?
2061.
That's when it's coming, not when it was predicted.
Well, no. Well, I don't know when they predicted this.
Today or
okay.
last year?
This is saying that on July 28th, 2061, Halley's Comet will be at the closest approach to the sun.
Yeah. I'm not going to see it.
Okay, but do you understand?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? When was it predicted?
Well, that's the prediction.
Yeah. So you're asking when the actual prediction?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You're just telling us the
Give me a
result.
date. I want dates. I want dates.
You want numbers? Yeah. Well,
numbers.
You're being ridiculous. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar description below for any links that you may find interesting, including limited to all things Omni Coalition. These links here that we've been gathering throughout the show will appear down there in about, 5 minutes or less. What's a code word to let us know if people are still watching? Mask. Put mask in the comment section. Let us know that you're still watching. Anyway, a lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion between two sources. We have gone through all 31 pages of our document today in 1 hour and 7 minutes. But yeah,
That's a shorty.
Yeah. We did it
That's
to
close.
Yeah. So, for your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you who know of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Moon.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!